The 2,000-year-old computer that shouldn't exist. What if history got something important wrong? In 1901, a group of sponge divers off the coast of Greece pulled something out of the ocean that should not exist. It was a lump of corroded bronze, barely recognizable as anything at all. It sat in a museum for decades, largely ignored. Then scientists looked closer, and what they found broke everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. This device, built over 2,000 years ago, could predict the positions of the sun and moon, track the cycles of eclipses, and model the movement of at least 5 planets, all through an interlocking system of over 30 precision-cut bronze gears. It is, by every definition, a computer. And then, for reasons nobody fully understands, technology like this completely disappeared for 15 centuries. That's not the mystery. The mystery is why. On May 17, 1902, archaeologist Valerios Stais was examining objects recovered from an ancient Roman shipwreck near Antikythera Island, Greece. The ship had gone down sometime around 60 BC, and divers had already recovered statues, coins, and glassware. But Stais noticed something odd about one corroded lump of bronze. There appeared to be a gear wheel embedded in it. He mentioned it. Nobody cared. The prevailing assumption was simple. Ancient people weren't capable of making gears. So whatever this was, it must have been misdated. It was an anomaly, so it was filed away and forgotten. It took 50 more years before anyone looked at it seriously. A historian named Derek de Solla Price got access to the fragment and actually studied it. What he found stunned him. This wasn't a simple gear. It was a system of gears, interlocking, precision-cut, functioning together as a unified mechanical calendar. He spent 20 years trying to convince the academic world. Most of them didn't believe him. Modern imaging technology finally settled the debate. X-ray scans and later 3D tomography revealed the full internal structure, and it was more sophisticated than even Price had realized. The device originally contained at least 30 bronze gears. The front face displayed the positions of the sun and moon against the Greek zodiac calendar. A separate dial tracked the Metonic cycle, a 19-year period after which the lunar and solar calendars realign. Another tracked the Saros cycle, used to predict solar and lunar eclipses. On the back, a spiral dial tracked the 4-year cycle of the Pan-Hellenic Games, including the Olympics. There is also evidence it modeled the movement of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And one of the gear ratios encodes the relationship between the lunar month and the solar year to an accuracy that wasn't rediscovered until the Renaissance. Think about what that means. Someone, over 2,000 years ago, worked out the mathematics of planetary motion with enough precision to build a mechanical model of it. Then they cut bronze gears, by hand, accurate enough to actually run. This isn't primitive, this is extraordinary. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. The standard story of human progress is linear. Primitive tools, then agriculture, then writing, then slowly increasing sophistication, until the scientific revolution and eventually computers. The Antikythera Mechanism does not fit that story, because if someone could build this over 2,000 years ago, why did it take until the 14th century for mechanical clockwork to reappear in Europe? That's a gap of 1,400 years, 14 centuries of silence. The mechanism wasn't rediscovered and iterated on. It wasn't the start of a tradition. It appeared, and then nothing, which makes the disappearance even stranger. Not one object survived, not one continuous workshop tradition, not one heir to the technology. The institutions that supported it collapsed. The Library of Alexandria, Rhodes, Pergamon, the great centers of Greek intellectual life, absorbed, diminished, destroyed. The craftsman died without passing it on, and for 15 centuries, nobody picked it back up. We assume knowledge accumulates, that once something is discovered, it stays discovered. The title, Antikythera Mechanism, is proof that assumption is wrong. It sits in the National Archaeological Museum, Athens today. A corroded lump of bronze. Doesn't look like much. but inside it is a 2,000-year-old reminder that we understand our own history far less than we think. The shipwreck still hasn't been fully excavated. There may be more fragments on the ocean floor. What else is down there? We don't know. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep questioning what you think you know.